9.5 minutes after 7 o'clock. Good morning, and thank you for staying with us now. Conversations continue. Following the Transport Minister Darrell Vaz's suggested 12-month ban on popular ride-hailing services, citing national security concerns. This decision is estimated to greatly impact ride-sharing transportation sector operators, particularly affecting innovative startups like 876 on the go. Its founder and CEO, Olivia Lindsay, has since expressed deep concern over the ban's impact, sharing that the transport minister's announcement has already led to brand damage and the loss of crucial contracts, including one with a major client. Well, Lindsay remains apprehensive, and she joins us this morning to delve into the issue. Welcome. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Thanks for having me. Morning, Andy.
Well, first of all, let's begin, I suppose, with understanding the context, because yes, there was the announcement that came, but the day before we heard from the police that there were significant challenges in the investigation of that disappearance with compliance from ride-sharing apps. What are the peculiarities of ride-sharing apps and that kind of a situation where we do, and it's not just a Jamaican problem, we do have problems, security concerns?
Correct. Okay, so 876 On The Go, we're a transportation and logistics solutions company formed in 2007.
Yes.
And we've been operating since. We've been endorsed by the Ministry of Transport, and we're also licensed with the Transport Authority.
Right.
So when we heard that announcement, I believe it's really a knee-jerk reaction, and to be placed in a group of companies, or with companies rather, that are unregulated, that's where my concern came. Not just concern,
because
but
you're different, and I've heard you speak to the issue that I've heard you speak elsewhere, that you're not quite the same in terms of the technology that you provide, because you're not just a ride-hailing app. You do lots of other things.
Correct. So pretty much all ride-hailing apps, they offer similar services. However, being the company that we are, we have certain procedures for even a driver to come on board. So there's a proper screening process that they have to go through. They also have to be vetted. We get assistance from the JCF and the JDF during this process. So it's a long process where they have to produce a police record, proof of address. They also have to provide character references to include their current address, and we do an assessment and an evaluation.
You mentioned a particular word there, and like from you said it, I've been like, okay, that's the underscore, regulated.
Oh yes.
So for you, you're saying my company is regulated.
Absolutely.
We are secure. We have done our checks and balances. But is it safe to say then that everyone who acts as a ride-sharing app maybe are not regulated, and that is where the issue lies?
Currently in the space, everyone isn't, and that is where the problem lies.
What should that regulation look like?
So, well, we are licensed with the Transport Authority, and a part of that includes a driver having a PPV badge, which is a public passenger vehicle badge. We must have a road license, which is also a PPV license. We also need to have the insurance, proper insurance, PPV insurance, to ensure that the drivers are covered, and also the passengers, should there be an accident, God forbid.
You see, well, and therein lies a challenge. I think that with your situation, you're caught in the crosshairs of the situation.
Right in someone else's.
Because what you do is what everyone else should be doing.
Right.
Correct.
And so I appreciate the conundrum that you face, but the difficulty is how do you force everybody, how you put a stop or a pause to force everybody to become like you without pausing you as well. And that's a challenge that I think comes to the fore.
It is, and there isn't a proper framework in place for ride-hailing, ride-sharing as yet. The government has alluded to putting that in place, a legislation in place in short order. However, we're not the only one in the space that's actually regulated and compliant. We have other companies such as Driver, there's Red Plate, just to name a few. They're not as dominant though in the space. So we have been, more present, and we also have a larger clientele and a market share compared to these other companies.
Right.
However, they are also compliant. So it's really unfair to just put a broad brush approach to everybody, and the public's perception is a big thing.
So let me ask you now, talk to me like I'm a complete novice, I don't have a clue.
Okay.
Is it that I can take up my phone, download an 876 on the go app, and select my ride? Do I know my driver? Can I share my drive with someone? Am I able to access information where I have a problem on my drive? Can I say, tap into customer service, I had this problem, I need to make a report? Walk me through the experience for the 876 on the go user.
Okay, great question. So the app is downloadable for free, 876 on the go app in the Google Play Store and the App Store. When you book, you're able to get a photo of the driver, you're able to get his license plate for the vehicle, the telephone number, and you're also able to ride track the cab while it comes to you, and you can also share the ride link. So a family or friend, whoever you desire, can also track you. And what we've noticed, a lot of parents now, they're now using the app rather than going for the child at school. So both parents are able to track. So the mommy uses the app, she books the ride. Another feature is that they can also book in advance. So I can book, we have customers who are booking from last week for the entire week, a morning pickup, an afternoon after work, school pickup in the mornings, likewise the afternoon. So they can also track that ride. So both parents, mom share the link with dad, both parents see who is picking up the child, when the child is picked up. If there's a detour, we've never had that, but just saying. So a driver would be literally setting up him or herself should they decide to do something malicious.
So going forward then, because we're out of time for the conversation, but going forward, are you confident in the quality of the dialogue that you've been having with the ministry and the stakeholders, that stakeholder engagement? Are you confident that there will be a resolution in the not too distant future?
I really foresee a resolution. Confident is a strong word, but for me it's the time.
Right.
I mean, it's almost a week, and you place something in the public space, we're listed. So it's not just to say rideshare on a whole, but we're specifically tagged. Our clients feel like we're banned. I've got a complaint from a driver just last week, Friday to be specific, and he said that someone said to him, "Why are you on the road? Aren't you banned?" So you see that public perception is killing us. But we're not only taxi, we're wheelchair service. We do school pickups, we do luxury transfers, we also do airport pickups. The wheelchair assistance has become so popular, so it's an untapped niche. So we're really big on providing quality service. As our motto says, we're driven by quality service.
Very quickly, in 15 seconds, just tell us, what do you think the solution is going forward for a company that is heavily regulated like yours?
Okay, so the solution going forward is definitely to put a framework in place. And we need to also have the necessary guidelines so we can also meet as a group to ensure that whatever protocol steps or processes needed in this situation to help have this just under some form of control. And it's unfortunate why we're here, why this decision was made. Condolences to the family, a tragic, horrific, and just a regrettable situation. And it's not just one time. Correct. So if there is a root cause, I think that's what we should be focusing on first before we come and affect or target people's livelihood.
Maybe make sure people tap into regulating.
Correct.
Thank you very much. Our guest has been Olivia Lindsay, founder and CEO of 876 On The Go. Coming up next, from the impact of the ban to the legislation in place to protect commuters. We're going to get some insight in Law and Order JA. We'll be right back.